Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live from the 29 News Digital Desk with the Morning Rush. Police need help identifying a hit-and-run victim in Augusta County. He was struck on I-81 early Sunday. He's described as a white man wearing white Nike sneakers and a black hoodie that says Missouri. He had no ID on him. Police tracked down a 26-year-old man they believe was the driver in this hit-and-run and charged him. A different model of healthcare is becoming increasingly popular in and around Charlottesville. Direct primary care, or DPC, was created around 15 years ago. Instead of paying insurance premiums, patients pay doctors directly. This means DPC doctors don't have to abide by the rules of insurance. This also allows them to give patients more personal healthcare experiences at a lower price. Dr. Rebecca Downey with Charlottesville Primary Care says many doctors are leaving primary care to go into DPC. She is hopeful that this trend will pressure the primary care system to address issues like overcrowding. The theme of this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Seaville Community Celebration on Sunday was honoring the dream. The pastor of Mount Zion African Baptist Church says he hopes to leave a lasting impact on those who came out. In addition to music and art, there were also 2 awards given out. And the Albemarle Housing Improvement Program, better known as AHIP, says its holiday campaign was wildly successful. During the month of December, AHIP managed to raise more than $160,000. The nonprofit says this money will help to continue its mission of doing home repairs in Charlottesville and Albemarle County.
All right, so on our shift, coffee is like king, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the quality, how to make the best cup of coffee. So one, buy fresh. I feel like that makes sense.
Of course, yeah.
They say instead of looking at the best buy date, look at when the beans were roasted. And if it was weeks earlier, grab a different bag. You want to buy fresh beans. So, okay, grind your beans. I feel like that makes sense. Like grind your own, because, you know, if you buy them already ground, they kind of go stale faster.
Yeah.
Don't be stingy with the coffee, so rely on the ratio of 16 parts of water to 1 part coffee. I have totally done that where I've bought some really expensive coffee beans and then I didn't put enough in.
Oh, yeah,
and
because you
then
want
it's
to
like,
save it.
Yeah, and then it's like almost clear. Like you can see through the coffee.
Yeah.
That's not good. Use filtered water in the right temperature. This I would never have thought of, but so for lighter roast, they demand higher temperatures, so anywhere between 198 to 212 degrees, and then dark roast, it's lower, 176 to 185. Didn't know that. I don't know if I'm going to get that involved in temperature.
I mean,
you know,
I like lighter roast, but I really don't know how you would even determine the temperature. You'd have to have a fancy coffee maker to say.
Right. And then if you want to brew a cup without a fancy gooseneck water kettle, buy lighter roast, boil the water, pull it off, then wait 15 to 30 seconds. I mean, who knew? Before pouring it in. Guess it makes a difference.
This is way more involved than I can get in the morning. Let's be real. I mean, I have my Keurig machine that I use. I would love to be able to do all this, but when I'm waking up in the morning, I just don't have time to do all this.
Testing, making sure it's filtered water, testing the temperature, waiting 15 to 30 seconds before you. I know it's a lot.
Maybe on like the weekend when I have time, I was like, let's have a good cup of coffee. Let's really focus on this.
What about your timer?
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Okay, so there's a few more options. Things. Keep going. So brew coffee 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, anything brewed much quicker will lack flavor. I mean, that makes sense. You want it to kind of, marinate, I guess. And how do you vary the brew time? You can adjust the grind on your bean. I don't know. This is getting too involved.
It is. Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like you would have to almost be a coffee expert to
Pretty
do all
much.
this. But it does have some good tips if you
Yeah.
have some time on your hands, if you have time in the morning too.
Right. Well, so I will tell you, on the weekends we have a French press. We had the K cup. It just isn't. It's just not the best cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So we got the French press, and there's a little science to that. which my boyfriend, he takes over. And I will say it's a good cup of coffee.
But you know, the
But
K-Cup, you can get them so you put in your own coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I used to do that for a while, but then I got too lazy for that. So
Yeah, it's
I just use the normal,
Yeah, I'm with you. I just want the coffee and done. I
Yeah.
don't need all this. But these are some tips if you want to improve your coffee. All right, there's a debate brewing. Should potatoes be classified as a vegetable? Some say no.
What are they, a fruit?
I guess every so often the U.S. Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee meets, and they kind of assess and research and whatever they talk. And so the next time they meet is in 2025. And so there's a debate whether potatoes should actually either be considered more of a starch, like a grain.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, instead of a vegetable, because I guess it's the starchiness of it.
Yeah. I mean, I always just consider it a vegetable because it comes out of the dirt, but
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I guess that's not the actual scientific classification, what
Yeah.
makes something a vegetable. So.
Right. I don't know. So it's a debate. It could be. I mean, it's definitely a starch. So I always, if I cook a dinner, I have a protein, a veggie, and then a starch, and that
yeah.
includes either potatoes, rice, noodles, that sort of thing. So potato.
There you go.
All right. And then just lastly, since we're on the food kick here, Burger King's croissant breakfast sandwiches are going to be $1 for one day only, January 30th. That is coming up if you want that yummy looking.
That does look delicious.
Doesn't it look delicious?
This morning.
So Burger King, January 30th.
Mark the date.
Mark the date.
When is that,
Yes.
next week, some point?
Yes. So get your coffee ready and
Yep.
then go to Burger King.
And then go get your cheap croissant
Yes.
after you put all that effort into the coffee.
That's right.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We've got a high of 45 today, and we are warming up this week. By the end of the week, we'll be near 70 on Friday, but we do have a couple of rain and shower chances, so keep an eye out for that and download the Storm Team 29 weather app to stay ahead of that. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there, a great start to the work week. We'll see you again on 29 News at noon.